above the below and below the upper. I'm stuck in the middle where money gets tight, but I guess I'm doing alright.
You're listening to Alive and Well, and I'm Tracey Gold. I'm here with Janice Murray on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And our guest today is Crystal Lacey Edwards, and she is talking to us about the importance of exercise and the fact that it's never too late.
Correct. Never too late. And we were talking earlier about the states. You just mentioned I wanted to hit this. I just got a text from one of our listeners that actually California is not in the top 5 right now.
Really?
Yeah, the top 5 in the
Shame on us.
2012 numbers. I'm not sure who put those out, but I'm going to guess it's the governmental numbers. It was Vermont, Hawaii, New Hampshire. Yeah, New Hampshire. I guess they get out there and exercise in the snow, moving all that snow around. I don't know.
That is a form of exercise.
Yeah. So California actually didn't even make that. So we need to do better. So we got to get out there and move.
Yeah, I mean, we have no excuse. We have the good weather.
Yes.
And it's so funny every time. My husband always jokes when he sees people like joining gyms and stuff. He's like, we live in California. You can go outside and run.
But you know what? That's a very good point. You can go outside and run, or you can go outside and walk. Why do people not exercise? We know the research is out there. I don't think that there's anybody who lives in this country who would not have heard or think that exercise was not beneficial, but yet, and I said earlier that I was going to be looking at this Nutrition Action
Article.
Periodical, that they stated that less than 5% of the adults get 30 minutes of daily activity, but they're looking at the actual activity. A lot of people think about, well, you start the clock when you start your warm-up. When you first start walking, you do. But I think what they're looking at is getting into the aerobic type of activity,
when
or
your
the
heart really
moving,
starts,
when you're really breathing a little heavier and stuff like that. But it's like, why do people not exercise?
Well, is it possibly, nowadays, especially, our economy has taken such a tank and people are working so hard and they've got families and, it's an excuse in one sense, but it also is a reality in another sense that, the day, people are working double jobs just to, put food on the table, and they don't make it a priority because they're just think they need to, keep all of this together with, work and family and
So you're talking time?
time.
Is that what you're talking about?
Excuses.
She's talking
She's talking
She
excuses.
is talking excuses.
Okay, you know what? Just like in any good marriage, I think you need to make date nights.
Yes,
You need to
I'm a
calendar
big
it. I know you
believer
are,
of
which
date
is why I
nights,
said
yeah.
that. I think you need to calendar your exercise. I have teenage girls, and they've got 1,000 things. They don't drive yet legally, and so they've got 1,000 things they want to do. Go, and I'm the chauffeur.
Right.
And I have to tell them, look, this is my hour. This is my time. If I'm not healthy, I can't take care of you.
It's such a good point.
Right.
No excuses.
That is exactly right, Janice. You hit it right on the head. If I'm not here to do all these things that I'm doing, then I'm not helping the people who are around me. So I do have to take care of myself.
Yes.
I do have to be able to move. You're absolutely right. And you brush your teeth every day.
Thank
well,
you.
I hope.
Thank
Most
you.
Yes.
people,
Sure.
right? You have to make it a priority. That's
You
exactly
do.
right.
You
But
do.
there are different ways around it. It doesn't have to be expensive. If you've got kids, why not get everybody in their tennis shoes or on the bicycle or whatever, and you go in your neighborhood and you walk after dinner? What a great
Our families
activity.
Or you
that.
ride at the,
Yeah.
at the beach, or you.
Oh,
there's
riding
a
at the
lot
beach, that's one of our-
free exercise
Yes.
options
It-
out there.
Yeah, you just have to find it. And I know families, because I do have little one, that I know families, and they're great. They'll go look for frogs in the creek, or they'll ride their bikes at the beach, or just right down the street.
We've got the
They'll go-
paseos, for Christ's sakes. We've
Yeah.
got
Well,
all the options right,
Right.
here.
And
Right.
the truth is, let's say you have to be at work at 9 o'clock. It's not such a horrible thing to wake up a little bit early, start your day that way, get some exercise, and you actually
then it's out of the
feel
way.
better. I've had mornings where I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm like, I could go back to sleep. Maybe I will. And then you drop the kids off at school and you're like, I could take a little nap, or I
Right.
could go run. And I like, the brain plays with you and they're like, all right, I'll go try and run, see how I feel. And maybe I can sneak in a little nap, and you get home and you're like,
And it's too late for the nap. You
No,
don't
I
need
think-
it.
But you don't need it.
feel good.
That's the amazing thing.
That's the
You don't
key.
need
Right.
it. You feel invigorated, and I always thought it was like kind of like a foul, like a myth, that
Right.
it's not, but it's true.
But it's not.
Yeah.
One of the things in what you're describing is a perfect example, because people say, by the time I get home, I'm exhausted.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm exhausted. However, when a person goes to work and they do their day, and at the end of the day they have given 100%, and they're exhausted, they can do no more. One of the things about exercise, when you get consistent in there, and it can be a walk, it could be weight training, it could be jump roping, it could be, there's a lot of ways to skin this cat. So, oh, sorry, cat lovers. Sorry.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
have to say
yeah,
that.
sorry about that.
Well,
So,
we know what you mean.
exactly. There's a lot of ways around it. So one of the things is when you exercise, your heart is a muscle just like your bicep, right? The more you exercise, you push that limit, and your bicep, if you lift things over and over, your bicep gets stronger, right? If you breathe heavy, exercising, running, jumping, dancing, flopping in the swimming pool, whatever you're doing that's getting your heart rate and you're breathing a little bit heavy, your heart's getting exercise. So if you exercise each time you raise your level of energy each time you exercise, right? You push the heart, you push the muscles, they're working a little harder. When they recover, they come down basically back to where they were. People talk about calorie burning. This is a great example. And calorie burning, you'll burn exercise while you're working out, and then it'll come back down, and then it'll go up, and then it'll come back down. But if you're consistent, that recovery, you will eventually start climbing the ladder, and instead of burning the base calorie count like 1,600 calories, I'm just giving an example, that's to breathe and to sleep and to just stay in bed. Basal metabolic rate, right? Your exercise raises that, so your basal metabolic rate then will jump up to 2,000. Your energy level does the same idea. So if you start exercising and you go to work and then you come home, you're not at 100%. You have raised your bar, so now you're only using 70% of your exercise or your energy for the day. So when you come home, you actually have some more energy. Does that make sense? Did I paint that
Absolutely.
picture
That's
with
a
mud?
great analogy.
Came around
Okay.
to
So
it.
muscle
I
in the
actually
heart?
get, and you're saying that if you consistently exercise, that when you had no more in you, now you have more to give. At the
Correct.
end of the
That's
day.
exactly what I was trying to say.
Got it.
Yeah.
We are here on Alive and Well on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.